All right, table is set. Let's get to the tail of the tape for this championship main event between Yoel Romero and Luke Rockhold. Romero will be 41 in April. Luke Rockhold is 33. Rockhold, the taller man by 3 inches. You see there the weight, 187.7 for Romero. Rockhold will have a reach advantage of 3.5 inches. Now for the official introductions for this main event, we turn it over to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sponsored by Air Asia. Now everyone can fly. Sanctioned by the West Australia Combat Sports Commission. Our 3 judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Charlie Keach, Mark Collette, and Barry Foley. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Mark Goddard. And now, for those in attendance and UFC fans watching around the world, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. Live from the sold-out Perth Arena down under in Perth, Western Australia. It's time! 5 rounds for the interim UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 16 wins, 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Santa Cruz, California, USA, presenting the former Strikeforce middleweight champion and the former UFC middleweight champion and the number 2 UFC middleweight contender in the world, Luke Rockhold. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 12 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 187.7 pounds. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, by way of Pinar del Rio, Cuba, presenting the 2000 Olympics freestyle wrestling silver medalist and the number 1 UFC middleweight contender in the world, Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero!
Okay, gentlemen, you understand the rules you're fighting under. You listen to me at all times, you keep yourself protected. When I say stop, you will stop. Let's do this.
Buckle up, Jimmy Smith. Hard to believe that these guys haven't met before. Luke Rockhold and Yoel Romero, 2 of the unquestioned best middleweights in the world, meeting tonight in this UFC interim middleweight championship fight. Yoel Romero, 8-1 in the UFC.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Ready, come on, let's do it.
Taking on the former king, Luke Rockhold. And with that touch of gloves, we are underway. Rockhold is in black, Yoel Romero is in white. Southpaw versus Southpaw in our main event.
Robert Whitaker, of course, beating Yoel Romero. I would take a page out of that book if I'm Luke Rockhold. What he did, he used the rear leg a lot. He didn't let Yoel Romero rest. A guy like Yoel Romero is always doing one of 2 things. He's unloading or he's reloading. When he's reloading, don't let him stand for free. Don't let him stay on the outside and get his gas back. Hit him with something. That's the key to, I think, Luke Rockhold's strategy tonight. Whitaker was able to use that rear foot. He was always kicking him. He was always hitting him with a straight right hand. He never let him sit on the outside and recharge his batteries.
Rockhold has gone 25 minutes twice in his career. Neither of those fights in the UFC.
He has already cut the shin of Luke Rockhold with that check. There's blood coming down the shin of Luke Rockhold. He checked the kick twice, and it hurt him. There's blood going all the way down his foot.
Right. Rockhold lands to the body underneath that right elbow of Yoel Romero.
It's a great message to send early. You're not going to leg kick me for free. I'm going to check you.
Romero loading up on the left hand, as he will do oftentimes. 90 seconds gone by round one of a possible 5 tonight. Rockhold had a big win over Michael Bisping in Australia, has a pretty good following here down under.
Yes, he was higher with that leg kick that time. He aimed for the thigh, tried to keep it away from the shin, because it was just a turn check last time. He didn't lift his leg, he just turned his shin out. Aim a little bit higher and you hit the thigh. That's what he did.
Romero thought about a question mark kick there.
Another thing Robert Whitaker did very effectively against Romero, whenever he came in, he never put his head down. He never put his head in flying knee position. He kept his chin down. He tended to keep his body upright to negate the flying knee. See right now, Luke Rockhold staying very upright.
Rockhold right back to it, attacking that lead leg of his opponent. And now Romero returns fire, just over 2 minutes to go here in the round. You got to be so careful fighting Romero. You talk about the reload. Deceptively quick for a man his size, and the burst of explosion. Perhaps an awkward land there from Rockhold?
Yeah, I think so. But Rockhold said, he said that explosive style, the problem is that he's not technical. There are gaps in there. When he explodes, I can take advantage of it, but that's risky.
And now Romero starting to do some pretty good work to that lead leg of Luke Rockhold. Oh, that left hand landed over the top.
Romero's legs are gigantic. That's where he gets all that hip power, all that leg power. That's where it is. Looks down and goes high. You see, look down at the foot, then came in with some strikes over the top.
Front kick has been there for Rockhold when he's gone to it.
I haven't seen a lot of push kicks, a lot of teeps. Robert Whitaker used a lot of those against Romero, and they were very effective.
Under a minute now to go in this first round.
Rockhold showing a lot of respect so far. Being very cautious.
Good start for Luke Rockhold on the feet. Both guys, though, a little bit calculated and methodical here in the early going.
Another thing, a good round against Romero. A lot of times means he's loading up, getting ready for the next round.
Down. Into the red corner of Yoel Romero.
You're good. You know what he has now. Get inside. Your kicks are effective. Then throw punches. The kicks are effective.
You always hit it. Play with your jab condition. Then when he's reacting, you kick. Show your right hand kick too, to the head. Just from a distance. How's your leg feeling when you have the little cut? He's hurt there, right? Yeah, I think so. Use your hands first.
He doesn't deal with angles.
Or no rush, right? You got a lot of time.
He doesn't deal with angles well. Use your angles.
Don't just stand in front. Keep moving on him too. Okay?
Jimmy, hard to make out everything that Henry Hooft and Bob Cook and Javier Mendez were saying, but they did ask Luke about the leg, even if they didn't treat the cut.
Yeah, they did, and they talked about angles. Don't stand in front of this guy. Very important.
And you also heard a buzzword in there, patience. Plenty of time, still 20 minutes to go in this one.
Last thing you want to do is rush against a guy as explosive as Romero. A good right hand, that hurt him.
Rockhold ate some power shots there. Now Romero working the body.
Once again, maybe lackadaisical at the end of the round, but round 2, he'll go after you. Round 1, he took off a lot. Round 2, he starts strong. That's Yoel Romero.
A mouse and a cut now above that right eyebrow for Luke Rockhold.
Back into reload mode. Unload, reload. It's exactly what Yoel Romero does.
Good start to round 2 for the underdog, Yoel Romero. Another cracking right hand there. We saw the betting line move fairly substantially after Yoel Romero missed weight, so he closed about a plus 150 underdog tonight. Well, immediately following the main event, don't miss a recap of all of tonight's action from Perth on the FS1 UFC 221 post-fight show, also streaming live on Fox Sports Go. In Canada, you can find it on TSN.
The kicks that were really active in round 1 are considerably less active in round 2 for Rockhold. High kick is great, but things like the push, the teep, things that are kind of low risk are very good at keeping Yoel Romero off balance and at a distance. And then less of that. That leg kick, a couple of those checks from Yoel Romero, Rockhold hasn't gone back to it a whole lot.
Romero doing a nice job defensively, getting that right hand up. Certainly expected that he'd get a lot of those high kicks from Rockhold tonight.
Very good job.
2 minutes have gone by in this second round. Prevailing wisdom coming in was that Rockhold would have the advantage if we hit rounds 4 or 5, but Romero pacing himself quite well here early. And he's the guy whose average fight length is over 12 minutes in the UFC. So,
and what I meant in the beginning, when I said, you know, marathon runners are freaks too, is Yoel Romero is an explosive guy. He was in an explosive sport. Remember when he was in the Olympics, it was 2 3-minute rounds. His physiology and the sport he chose reward him exploding for short amounts of time and then getting a break in between matches at a tournament.
Right.
And so a marathon runner paces himself for as long as they have to until the marathon's over. Yoel Romero chose a sport that matches the way his body functions explosively, and that's how he fights.
Pretty good combination. Rockhold circles out of harm's way, but Romero's starting to really find the range here in this second round.
Been a lot of the second round has been at boxing range. That's why Romero has had success. That's interesting. Hammer fist to the lead leg. Why not? I don't think that's the kind of fight Rockhold wants, is a fight at boxing range. Wants to be at kicking range. That's where he's so dangerous.
These significant strikes in round 2, no surprise, the advantage to the Soldier of God. 90 seconds now to go in this second round.
Once again, that return check. Doesn't lift the leg, just turns the knee to the outside. It's quick. And it's hurt Rockhold. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen even an attempt at a takedown by either guy. Both guys so deadly on the ground, especially with their ground and pound. It's been a stand-up battle. I don't think either guy wants to risk it. We haven't seen much of it in round 2 either, as the angles that his corner was calling for. A lot of this Rockhold been standing in front of Romero.
Right. Sometimes at the elite levels, fights can play out like this a little bit. A lot of mutual respect on both sides. Certainly Rockhold respects the power coming back his way. He retreats nearly every time Romero flurries. Nice jab by Rockhold, starting to do some good work with the hands now.
And he doubled and tripled it up. That's why it took Romero by surprise. It wasn't just one and done. A little chippiness at the end of the round, but here's where Yoel Romero did damage. Pushing forward. Nice right hand to the temple, another good left. putting a lot of pressure on Luke Rockhold. Getting him against the fence, making it about the boxing, making it about hands, speed, explosiveness, all of Yoel Romero's advantages.
That's when you keep circling out. Go right, go left, mostly go left. But if you stay on that movement, that's going to be your bread and butter. Stay on the movement, keep activity, stay relaxed.
So he's going to burst the first 30 seconds again. Remember, hands up movement, let him in.
Keep moving.
Kick, key, jab, movement. And when you got him,
Intelligent. Go forward.
Even when Yoel Romero lands partially, he still can do significant damage, evidenced by that second round. You heard Henry Hoof, too, expecting a flurry here, a burst in these first 30 seconds. You agree?
Almost certainly. Yeah, that's where he did his most damage in round 2. Wouldn't surprise me if he did it again.
Third round underway. Luke Rockhold in the black trunks, Yoel Romero in gray. Call it Chuck.
Hard part about fighting Yoel Romero is you don't know when the explosion's going to come. You know it's going to come, you just don't know when.
Jab increasingly becoming a factor for Rockhold tonight.
every step is a jab and you move back. Follow that up.
Well, no burst yet here early round 3 from Yoel Romero. Rockhold continuing to be the far busier man tonight, as we expected in terms of the ball.
That's been an issue in certain Yoel Romero fights, is his tendency to take rounds or parts of rounds off, his activity level not being high enough. It's made fights much closer than they should have been.
Romero striking defense outstanding, coming in nearly 65%, and that's exactly where it is at tonight. Pretty tactical, deliberate fight thus far.
I'm curious to see if Rockhold turns it up. Round 3, 4, and 5. Romero, I don't think he has faith in Romero's gas tank. He said, yeah, you know, he went 25 minutes against Robert Whitaker, but he did slow down late in that fight. Rockhold could be waiting for that to really unload.
Oh! That's it! With a knockdown! Yoel Romero has done it! Romero knocks Luke Rockhold out cold.
We talk about the explosiveness. We talk about the power. He proves he can do it again. This time against Luke Rockhold. Great stuff from Yoel Romero. And he is still down. Great shot.
This is one of the most incredible athletes you will ever see. Romero trying to show Rockhold some respect. Luke doesn't really know where he is yet, I wouldn't think. But Yoel Romero, folks, 8th UFC knockout in 9 wins, and perhaps not the time, I wouldn't think, to be talking to Luke right now.
No, not necessarily. He's upset, but you know, it's one of those things, we don't know when the explosion's coming. Anyone who fights Yoel Romero, you don't know when it's coming, but it is. And here it was, the left hand right over the top on the temple. And the second left, good night. Beautiful shot. He caught Luke Rockhold leaning to his left. Beautiful accuracy, great power. Just 2. 1 on the feet, 1 on the ground. And that is it. Good night. Yoel Romero, another beautiful knockout finish, and he is limping. He had to limp to his stool. Something may be wrong with his leg, but great stuff by Yoel Romero.
And he pointed to the thigh and also the lower leg. Looks like maybe he's calling for, well, I don't know. I'm not going to try to guess what he's doing, but this is just a really special fighter. And obviously yesterday he was unable to make weight. There were myriad issues reportedly that led to that. But he still came out and knocked out Luke Rockhold tonight.
The future's in the future. You know, who knows what'll happen. Maybe we'll have to have a rematch again, make 185, whatever. He won tonight. That's what's important for him. That's what's important moving forward. He had a job to do and he did it.
So at 40 years old, Yoel Romero, with arguably the biggest win of his professional life, he improves to 9-1 in the UFC. And you got to think at some point those championship stakes are going to come around again for the knockout artist and Olympic silver medalist in freestyle wrestling Yoel Romero. With that one final time tonight, we turn it over to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Goddard has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 48 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Yoel, Soldier of God, Romero!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your main event winner. We are here with the Soldier of God, Yoel Romero. Congratulations on an epic victory here tonight. Your thoughts on the fight, sir?
The first I want to say is thank you, God, for everything that you give me in my life. I want to say I'm so sorry for Robert Whittaker. Normally, he is the guy when he stay here, but that is the plan for God. And the second, I want to say I'm so sorry for the cold way so bad for me. That is the first time in my career when I not can put my body down. That's but I want to say thank you for everybody coming tonight.
Yoel, you fought a very smart fight tonight. Was this the fight you expected against Luke Rockhold?
Yeah, you know, Rockhold is a very good athlete, amazing fighter. You know, he's a champion, Strikeforce champion for the UFC. He needed respect, and I'm very happy because I fight, and this time I fight with everyone for the best in my division.
I know you're disappointed we don't have a belt for you here tonight, but this is a huge win against Luke Rockhold. Got to think at some point you're going to have that UFC gold around your waist, yes?
Thank you, Dana. Thank you, UFC. Thank you, Donna. I want to say this guy is amazing. He pushed me every day, and my last time when I called away, he go with me in the sauna. He pushed myself. Thank you, Donna.
One of the best in the world, an honor to watch you perform tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Soldier of God, Yoel Romero.